It's on. Hey there, YouTube. Tristan Blaze. Welcome back. Part 2. My 5x5 program. Upper body edition. I do upper body Tuesday, Friday. I split it up into what I call a barbell and a body weight day. It's not legitimately body weight because I do all the body weight movements with weight belts. But that's what I call it. I start out with Tuesday, I do benches. I do barbell, not dumbbell, barbell rows, and I do an overhead press. Those movements I do 5 sets, 5 reps. That's 15 sets already. For my accessory work, we hit triceps, biceps. You can superset them if you want. Maybe once a month. I'm short on time and I do it. I don't really do it normally. I don't feel the need to do it. I really don't give a shit about supersetting my arms. I just want to hit them and do it efficiently. I do rolling extensions and I do easy bar curls. Now I wrote curls down because some people like just the regular barbell, other people like the easy bar, some people do wide grip, some people do narrow grip, just a barbell curl, okay? Perfectly acceptable, okay? Rolling extension is different. Standard skull crusher, it's a line extension, bar, come down, come back up. I don't like doing that. My longer arms are a bit of a liability, so I tend to go at a 45-degree angle basically, come down, feel a little stretch in the triceps, and then come back up like that, and just keep that going like that. Rolling extension is similar. Pardon me. It's similar where you start like this, you come down, but you also go back. You kind of roll your shoulders a bit, and then you come back like that. So it's basically you're doing a pullover and then an extension. I get to handle more weight, overload my triceps, and it's actually a safe exercise if you do it properly. The bench press is a safe exercise. The deadlift is a safe exercise, but only when you do it properly. You round your fucking back on a deadlift with heavy weight, it's not safe. We know that. But I do the rolling extensions. Been doing them. I've been adding weight. My arms have been getting bigger. It's working. Guy in the gym, you're doing them wrong. Okay. Oh, masterful fucking Yoda. What should I do? Well, you just bring it down your fucking forehead like this. Well, I do that. I feel it in my elbows. That's where you're supposed to feel it, is what I was told. I'm not going to continue on that conversation now. Once again, 5 months of weight training. I'm not going to continue on that conversation. That's all my experience, man. But what the fuck do I know? Your extensions and curls, we're going to do 3 sets, 8 to 12 reps. When, 11, 12 reps start getting easy, time to add a bit of weight. Body weight day, Friday. Weighted dips, weighted pull-ups, overhead press. 5 sets, 5 reps each. To progress on the dips and pull-ups, it's different than progressing on your bench, on your squat, on your deadlift. I don't add 5 pounds, I add 2.5. If you're using weight plates, your gym should easily have a 2.5 pound weight plate. Get a chinning belt. Your gym should have one of those. If not, they're relatively cheap. They're not massively expensive, You should be able to save up for a few months and get one of them. You just put that 2.5 pound thing, 2.5 pound plate right there, and that's it. Once I got to doing dips at 45 pounds, it became increasingly difficult to just have that plate in between my legs. I'm used to having heavy things dangling between my legs. That was just a little too awkward. I switched over to dumbbells instead. Now my gym, we go at 5 pound increments on the dumbbells until you hit 50 pounds. Then it goes up by 10, so it goes 40, 45, 50, 60, 70, 80. You can't progress on dips or pull-ups just in a 10 pound jump unless you reduce your reps dramatically. But what my gym does have is we have these little magnetized plates basically that are 2.5 pounds each. So I did 60 pounds on Friday, walk into the gym this Friday, Pop the 60-pound dumbbell on the ground. Grab the magnetized 2.5-pound plate. Pop it right on top of it. 62.5 pounds. Do my dips. I get 5 sets, 5 reps. Next week, I grab 2 of them. Pop them on the side. Now I'm at 65. Small, little, incremental gains. And I'm doing 60-pound dips now for 5 reps on 5 sets. That's where you get it. Same with the pull-ups. Now the overhead press, how I've progressed with the overhead press, I'm overhead pressing 150 now for 5. Seated on a Smith machine. We don't have a military press, overhead press station. I don't like doing them standing. I just feel the need to use my legs. It's a reflex. I just feel the need to do it, so I just want to take that reflex out, fucking sit down and do it instead. In the beginning, I was very easily able to progress 5 pounds every fucking time I walked into the gym. So I'd add 5 pounds Monday, add 5 pounds Friday, add 5 pounds next Monday, 5 pounds next Friday. Eventually, doesn't work that way anymore. New theory behind that. I'm going to add 5 pounds once a week instead. That's been working rather well. 150 is actually my max so far on the overhead press. So I'm only going to add 5 pounds on Monday. And if I can successfully complete the 5x5 on Monday and Friday with that 5-pound weight, I will then add 5 pounds the next Monday. Now, pull-ups, here's how I do pull-ups. I try to get my chin over the damn bar. At the very least, I try to get my chin to touch the bar. I'll touch the bar with my chin at least. That's how I try to do pull-ups. It's relatively simple. I follow the same progression, 2.5-pound weight increase every week with pull-ups. Accessory moves, dips for the triceps, curls for the arms. I do dumbbell curls, alternating, just, well, not like this, but, I supinate the wrist and, do all that hunky-dory stuff. You could do hammer curls, you could do just regular dumbbell curls like this. No preacher curls, no line dumbbell curls, no crazy esoteric fucking movements. Just keep it simple. Incline curls, you could do incline curls. I never liked it. It was just too much of a stretch on my biceps. I just never really liked that feeling of that stretch, So I never liked it. Dips for the triceps. Not everybody is going to be able to do dips for the triceps, dips for the chest, or pull-ups for the back. I recommend you get good at doing pull-ups at least. That's going to be a big, big, big advantage when you get into heavier movements. If you can't do dips for the chest, you find another compound movement for the chest. Not bench. You're not going to bench twice a week. Okay? You bench once a week. Maybe do a decline bench. It's a similar movement when it comes to the dip. But lower the weight. Don't be maxing out at that. So I would say if you bench 150, take 10% off, you would decline 135 for 5. That's the way I would look at it. If you can't do dips for the triceps, you need to replace it, but not with an isolation movement. You need to replace it with a compound movement. I prefer to always have at least one compound movement for the triceps. Bench dips do not count, so don't suggest them. Close grip is the way to go. I do not like close grip. When I'm doing the close grip, okay, and I come down, I come back up, I feel it in the shoulders. However, my long arms are the reason why, I'm going to assume. So, there's a damn fly. I change the angle of the movement. I do an incline close grip press. I come down, come back up, feel it in the triceps. So if you have that problem, or you feel it in the shoulders more than the triceps, it might not be the amount of weight on the bar. Because once again, somebody told me to go heavier, and I was doing an 8-rep set, and 8 reps was pretty fucking hard. Go heavier means I have to go lower in rep on a close grip press. I changed the angle, went to an incline close grip press, felt it on my triceps. I still don't like close grip presses. I feel this like weird like popping in my elbow. Dips, I can fucking rock those out every day of the week if I wanted to. At least body weight dips. I could rock those out every day of the week. So that's what I do. I do weighted dips and alternating dumbbell curls for the biceps, 3 sets of 12 or 3 sets of 8 to 12. Once again, I really don't superset it. You could if you want to save time, but I'm just not really big into supersetting it. In terms of my own leverages, my own body mechanics, how do I do dips? For the chest, I tend to flare my elbows out a bit more. I actually feel it in my chest. For the dips, I tend to pin my elbows back as far as possible and go down like that. In terms of keeping my body perpendicular or leaning forward, I've never really consciously thought about that. For those who want to sit here and say you're flaring your elbows out, you're going to snap your elbows, you're going to snap your shoulders, I did gymnastics when I was a kid. We have a movement called a Bulgarian dip. It's where you grab parallel bars that are on the side of you and you dip like this. And then you come back down. Okay, notice, this is the fucking way you dip when you do a Bulgarian dip. Don't tell me my shoulders are going to be fucked up. Because I did that when I was a kid. My shoulders are fine. Some people can't do dips properly because of either tight shoulders or their body just isn't designed to do it that way. If you're one of those individuals, if you have tight shoulders, do mobility work. Get yourself loose and flexible enough to do the movement, but no more than that. I've seen gymnasts that were very, very loose, very, very flexible, and that was a liability. More so than the gymnast that was very tight. The tight gymnast, you can loosen up to the point where he can execute the movement properly. Same thing with dips, same thing with fucking any other movement. Loosen up to where you can do the movement efficiently. Any looser than that, and you might have a bigger liability on your hands. Hypermobile joints are not a very, very good thing to have. You know, it's just not a very, very good thing to have. Unless you're going to be some contortionist or, you know, perform amazing wicked sex acts on your boyfriend or your girlfriend, hypermobile joints are not something you really need. Being double jointed is a liability when you do my shit. But this is what I do. That's how I progress. That's some of the mistakes I've made on the overhead press. And this has been working. The arm work, I like where the arm work is going. It's basic, and it's all I need. I've popped a 1/2 inch on my arm so far in 5 months. Okay, I'm not a bodybuilder. It's just something I checked, and I was like, oh, cool, you know. 3 years ago, 1/2 inch on my arms in 5 months, I would have shit my pants. I'd have been like, oh shit, this is fucking amazing. Now I'm looking more at my deadlift, estimated max of 420 for 1 rep, mind you. It's just 1 rep, it's estimated. And I'm like, holy shit, that's pretty fucking sick for 5 months. But once again, that's estimated. I really, haven't pushed it to that level, so I don't know how to really ramp and test, and so that's like a load of crap to me, basically. But estimated is still a good way to see, what my body theoretically could do. So, upper body day, barbell day, body weight day, Tuesday, Friday, take Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday off. Mostly to just lay pipe to the wife. And that is my 5x5 program. As of now, it could change. At first I did close grip press, not dips. Didn't like close grip press, switched them out. Working beautifully ever since. Small changes like this. As a beginner, you're going to get a program. If you get this program and you do this program, once again, this is what I do. I don't recommend it. You can try it, get okayed by a doctor, and make sure you do this safely. You might find that dips don't work for you the way they work for me. To me, when my dips go up, my overhead press goes up, my bench press will follow sooner on. So if my dips overhead press start going up, few weeks. I think my fridge just cut off. Whatever. A few weeks later, my bench numbers will go up, finally. That's why I do it. And now the fridge cut off, I totally lost where I fucking was, damn it. Alright, well, I've been talking for a while. This is what I do. This is part 2. Check out part 1 for my lower body routine. And it's relatively simple. It's heavy compound work for the big stuff and your bang for your buck accessory work. As a beginner, that's the way it should be. These are the best gains you'll ever have in your life because in 5 months, they're the best gains I've ever had. I love this program and I'm going to keep doing it. Once I no longer have a gain, I switch to another program. I have a rough idea of what that will be, but I need to know where I'm at before I finalize it. And I will be posting that program. That could take 7 months to even get to that point. So just don't ask for it now because it's not finalized. But this is what I do. Feel free to try it when you get checked out by a doctor and can actually do these movements. In terms of progressing to do dips and pull-ups, there's a million different body weight tutorials online. There's convict conditioning for pull-ups, Al Cavadlo for dips, just to name 2 of them. I mean, and that's just off the top of my head. There's a million more out there probably. It's free. Go Google it. Go look it up. I'm not going to even attempt to make a progression for pull-ups or dips because it's just not going to be as good as those individuals. Plus, we have enough progression videos on those on YouTube already. We don't need more. Peace.